In the distant future, humanity had threaded its way among the stars, weaving connections with a multitude of alien civilizations. The vast cosmos, once a silent expanse, now hummed with the diverse communications of interstellar communities. Among these, one tale was whispered more often than others, stirring both intrigue and caution, the tale of the cosmic sirens. Jack Larson, a navigator on the merchant spaceship Odyssey, was not one to chase after old space myths. However, his perspective shifted dramatically during a routine trading mission to the remote planet of Seraphine, renowned for its rich deposits of hypercrystals. Seraphine was as enigmatic as it was valuable, shrouded in stories of unexplained disappearances and mystical phenomena. The Odyssey landed smoothly on Seraphine's docking bay, and Jack stepped out into the bustling port. The air was electric, charged with the energy of traders, miners, and adventurers, all converging for profit. However, Jack's attention was soon captured by an unearthly melody that filled the air, a sound so pure and captivating that it seemed to pull at the very essence of his soul. Drawn irresistibly towards the source, Jack found himself at a quaint, dimly lit tavern named the Starlit Haven. Inside, a crowd was gathered around a lone performer on the stage. She was unlike anyone Jack had ever seen. Her skin shimmered with a subtle luminescence, her eyes sparkled like the twin stars of Gemini, and her voice was a portal to another realm. She was a siren. He knew it in his heart. Not just any siren, but one of the cosmic sirens, legendary beings said to embody the beauty and peril of space itself. After her performance, she introduced herself as Lyra. Her demeanor was as magnetic as her voice, and despite every tale of warning he'd ever heard, Jack found himself ensnared. They talked for hours, exchanging stories of their travels across the galaxy. Lyra spoke of the celestial currents and the cosmic symphonies she could perceive and manipulate with her voice. Jack, in turn, shared tales of human endeavors in space, the building of colonies, and the endless quest for knowledge and connection. The more they shared, the deeper the connection grew. Lyra's presence was intoxicating, a stark contrast to the mechanical life aboard the Odyssey. Days turned into weeks, and Jack's routine visits to the Starlit Haven became the highlights of his life. But as their relationship deepened, subtle changes began to manifest. Jack's health waned. He grew thinner, paler, and his once sharp mind seemed foggy at times. Lyra noticed his declining condition and showed concern, yet her songs during their meetings became more intense, more compelling. It was during one such evening, under the spell of Lyra's entrancing melody, that Jack's communicator buzzed with an urgent message from the Odyssey's captain. "Jack, you need to return immediately." The captain's voice was stern and laced with concern. "We've detected anomalies in your bio-readings. It's not safe to stay on Seraphine any longer." Reluctantly, Jack excused himself, promising Lyra he would return soon. As he left the Starlit Haven, a chilling breeze seemed to whisper warnings in his ears. Despite the beauty and the bond he shared with Lyra, Jack couldn't shake off the feeling that perhaps the myths were not just stories after all. Maybe, just maybe, the siren was more predator than paramour. As Jack returned to the ship, the Odyssey prepared for immediate departure. His mind raced with conflicting emotions, his duty to his crew, his concern for his health, and his undeniable draw to Lyra. Was she truly what the legends warned of, or was there another truth hidden beneath the celestial songs and stardust? As the Odyssey cleaved through the velvety darkness of space, Jack felt a restless unease. The ship, usually a sanctuary of steel and circuits, now seemed to echo with the haunting refrains of Lyra's melodies. Each hum of the engine, each beep from the console, mimicked the harmonies that had ensnared his soul. His nights were restless, plagued by dreams of Lyra calling to him from the depths of an astral sea, her voice weaving through constellations that spiraled into darkness. Jack woke each morning feeling more drained than the last, his mind fogged, his resolve weakening. Concerned, the ship's medic, Dr. Alara Miles, conducted thorough examinations. "Jack, there's a pattern here I can't fully explain," she said, her brow furrowed as she displayed the scans. "Your neural activity it's as if your brain is constantly active, processing complex patterns like a machine decoding a signal. "Is there anything you can do?" Jack asked, desperation creeping into his voice. "We'll start you on some neurostabilizers for now. But I'm worried, Jack. This isn't just physical. It's almost as if you're linked to something or someone that's continuously drawing on your energy." Dr. Miles explained, her voice a mix of scientific curiosity and genuine concern. Jack knew he had to make a choice. Returning to Seraphine could mean further peril, but the pull towards Lyra was almost palpable, tugging at his very essence. Meanwhile, Lyra, alone back on Seraphine, felt a disturbance in the cosmic melodies she had always known. Her connection with Jack had altered her own frequencies, intertwining her song with human emotions, a harmony she had never experienced with such intensity. As she sensed his departure growing more distant, a part of her surged in panic. This connection, dangerous and exhilarating, was something she couldn't fully understand, yet couldn't bear to lose. Back on the Odyssey, Jack stumbled upon ancient archives in the ship's library about the cosmic sirens. The texts spoke of their ability to connect with the very fabric of the universe, influencing the energies of stars and the minds of lesser beings. Sirens were once considered cosmic stewards, maintaining balance and harmony in the celestial realms, but their power could become corrupting, addictive, the archive whispered in faded ink. Armed with this knowledge, Jack felt a surge of resolve. He needed answers, not just for his safety, but to understand the true nature of Lyra's existence. Was she a guardian of cosmic balance or a predator driven by instinct? His decision was made. He would return to Seraphine, not as a moth to a flame, but as a seeker of truths hidden in the fabric of the cosmos. He approached Captain Anders to request a leave for his return. "Jack, you know I can't authorize a mission based on personal entanglements, especially when every sign points to danger," Captain Anders said sternly. "It's not just personal, Captain. There's something about the sirens that could be crucial to understanding new aspects of the universe. We might be on the brink of a discovery here," Jack argued with a fervor fueled by both his longing and the looming threat. After a tense pause, Captain Anders nodded slowly. "All right, Jack. I'll grant you a shuttle in a week, but I want constant updates. If there's any sign of trouble, we pull you out. Understood?" "Understood, Captain," Jack affirmed, his heart pounding with both anticipation and dread. As the shuttle detached from the Odyssey and made its course back to Seraphine, Jack felt the dual pull of doom and destiny. He was heading back into the unknown, where ancient cosmic forces danced to tunes unfathomable to the human mind. The stars, once mere points of light, now seemed to him like notes in an eternal cosmic symphony in which he had unwittingly become a player. The shuttle glided through the cosmic void, its path illuminated by distant suns and the luminescent trails of comets. Jack's mind was a whirlwind of possibilities and fears as he approached the enigmatic planet. Seraphine appeared on the horizon, its surface swirling with iridescent clouds, a spectacle of nature that masked the dangers lurking beneath. Upon landing, Jack made his way to the starlit haven, his steps quickening with each familiar note that reached his ears. The tavern was bustling as usual, a cacophony of laughter and alien music blending into the night. But his eyes were fixed on the stage where Lyra stood, her presence as mesmerizing as ever. Their eyes met, and a silent understanding passed between them. The crowd faded into a blur as Lyra finished her song and descended from the stage. "Jack, you returned. I wasn't sure if I'd ever see you again," she said, her voice a mixture of joy and something darker, tinged with apprehension. "I had to come back, Lyra. There are things I need to understand about you, about us," Jack confessed, his voice steady despite the storm of emotions within. Lyra led him through a series of winding back streets to a secluded grove outside the town. The grove was alive with bioluminescent flora, casting a soft glow that mirrored the stars above. "This is where I connect with the cosmos," Lyra explained, her voice soft but resonant with power. "I can feel every pulse of the universe here. It's where I draw my strength and perhaps where I drew too much from you." Jack listened, his intrigue deepening as Lyra spoke of her origins, a tale as old as the cosmos itself. We Sirens are bound to the celestial flow, tasked with maintaining harmony. But over time, some of us became overwhelmed by the human energies we encountered. It changed us, made us crave more than just balance. She paused, her gaze locked with his, intense and full of an ancient sorrow. I never intended to harm you, Jack, but your presence, your emotions, they are like a melody I've never heard before, compelling and rich. Jack processed her words, the implications staggering. So what happens now? If your song draws on my life, how can we possibly— Jack, there are ways to harmonize, to balance the energies. I've been researching, trying to find a way that doesn't harm you. Lyra interjected, her determination clear. I think I've found something that might work, a way to share our essences without the danger of one overpowering the other. Her proposal was a risky one, involving ancient Siren techniques and human technology that would need to be adapted and intertwined. But Jack was committed. If there was a chance to bridge their worlds, he was willing to take it. Together they worked, combining her celestial knowledge with his technical expertise, crafting a device designed to equalize and stabilize the energy flow between them. Days turned into nights as they tested and refined their creation. Finally, they stood ready to test the device in the grove, under the watchful eyes of the cosmos. The device hummed to life, a gentle glow emanating from its core. Jack felt a surge of energy, different from before, not draining but invigorating. As the device stabilized, Lyra sang, her voice no longer a siren call to his doom but a true duet, their energies mingling and merging in a harmonious symphony. It was a breakthrough, a celebration of connection across species, a testament to the power of unity and diversity. As they stood together, hand in hand, watching the stars twinkle in approval, it seemed, for the moment, that balance had been restored. Yet, both knew the universe was vast and unpredictable, filled with mysteries and dangers yet to be explored or understood. This was but one step in a greater dance, one verse in an eternal song sung by the universe itself. The grove's ambient light waned as Seraphine's moons aligned, casting long shadows across the ground where Jack and Lyra stood. The success of their experiment, though thrilling, brought with it a weight of new responsibilities and questions. They were pioneers on a frontier where no human or siren had ventured, entwining their very life essences through technology and ancient cosmic rituals. In the quiet aftermath, a sense of unease began to seep into the tranquility. Lyra, attuned to the subtle shifts in the cosmic melody, sensed a dissonance creeping into the harmony they had crafted. Jack, there are forces, ancient and deep, that might view what we've done as an aberration, she whispered, her voice tinged with a newfound vulnerability. The stark reality set in for Jack as well. They had altered fundamental laws of nature and the consequences were unknown. Despite the uncertainty, their bond had grown, fortified by the trials and their shared victory. Whatever comes, we'll face it together, he assured her, grasping her hand tighter. Their resolve was soon tested. News of their breakthrough rippled through the cosmos, reaching the far corners of galactic civilization. Scholars and scientists were intrigued, but others, guardians of the old ways, saw it as a threat to the natural order. One night, as the binary stars of Seraphine hung low on the horizon, a contingent of celestial wardens arrived in orbit. These were beings of great power and authority, tasked with preserving the cosmic equilibrium. Their ships, vast and silhouetted against the stars, sent a clear message of the seriousness of their concern. Lyra received the summons with a solemnity that chilled Jack's spine. They will want to understand, to see if what we've done disrupts the balance, she explained, as they prepared to meet with the wardens. Her usual radiance was dimmed by the weight of impending judgment. Aboard the celestial craft, Jack and Lyra presented their case. They demonstrated the device and shared their findings, emphasizing the potential for new understanding and coexistence between species. The wardens listened, their faces unreadable, their eyes like deep pools reflecting starlight. After what seemed like an eternity in suspense, the wardens convened among themselves, speaking in tones that resonated through the very metal of the ship. When they returned, their verdict was not as dire as Jack had feared, but neither was it an endorsement. "We recognize the purity of your intentions and the significance of your discovery," the lead warden intoned. "However, the balance of the cosmos is delicate. Your device will be placed under observation, and its use restricted until we can ascertain its effects on the broader universal harmony." The decision was a compromise, restrictive yet not outright condemnatory. They were allowed to continue their research, but under the watchful eyes of the wardens. It was a leash, but one that permitted them to walk together. Back on Seraphine, Jack and Lyra resumed their work, now under constant surveillance. Their lab became a place of pilgrimage for the curious and the skeptical alike, a beacon of unprecedented integration of human technology and siren magic. As they navigated this new reality, their relationship deepened, tempered by the challenges they faced. They became not only partners in research but in life, their days and nights a blend of personal and scientific inquiry. And while the scrutiny was intense, it also brought unforeseen opportunities. Other beings, both human and non-human, reached out with their own experiences, their own experiments in cross-species synergies. Jack and Lyra found themselves at the heart of a burgeoning community of interstellar integrators, each interaction adding a note to their grand symphony. Yet in the quiet moments, away from the prying eyes and probing sensors, they pondered the future. They had touched the fabric of the universe, and while they had been allowed to continue, the cosmos was vast and old, its secrets guarded by those who had sung its first songs. Jack and Lyra knew their dance on the edge of discovery and danger was far from over. The balance of excitement and apprehension permeated the research facility on Seraphine, as Jack and Lyra continued their work under the vigilant gaze of the celestial wardens. Each experiment they conducted not only pushed the boundaries of their understanding, but also risked tipping the scales of cosmic equilibrium, which they were reminded of by the constant presence of the wardens' surveillance drones. Lyra, in particular, found herself more deeply attuned to the cosmic currents than ever before. Her ability to sense the flows of celestial energies was heightened by the device, allowing her insights into the fabric of space that were previously beyond her reach. This new depth of perception revealed to her the intricate tapestry of forces at play across the universe, some harmonious and others fraught with discord. As their work progressed, an ancient signal, faint and irregular, began to manifest in their readings. It was a pulse that seemed to resonate at the very frequency of the universe itself, an echo from the dawn of time. Captivated by this discovery, Lyra and Jack delved deeper into its mysteries, hypothesizing that it might be a remnant of the universe's creation, possibly holding keys to fundamental cosmic truths. Their investigation led them to collaborate with a renowned astrophysicist, Dr. Helena Mirov, who specialized in cosmic archaeology, the study of ancient universal signals. "What you've stumbled upon might be one of the first harmonies, an auditory blueprint of the universe's architecture," Dr. Mirov explained as they pored over the data together. The implications were staggering. Such a discovery could not only redefine human understanding of the cosmos, but also provide profound insights into the nature of all matter and energy. However, as they prepared to publish their findings, the wardens intervened. "This signal you have uncovered is subject to restrictions under the Celestial Accords," declared one of the wardens, his voice echoing ominously through the lab. "Its implications extend beyond your current comprehension, and its knowledge must be contained for the greater good." Frustrated yet undeterred, Jack and Lyra argued for the importance of shared knowledge, stressing that such a discovery belonged to all sentient beings, not just a select few. Their plea led to a council meeting among the stars, where beings from multiple worlds gathered to debate the fate of the first harmony. In a grand auditorium orbiting a neutron star, Jack found himself speaking before the assembly. "This isn't just about one planet or one species. What we've found is a symphony composed at the beginning of everything. To silence it would be to deny the universe itself." The debate raged around him, a storm of voices in many tongues, each arguing from perspectives of fear, wonder, and awe. Lyra, meanwhile, reached out with her enhanced abilities, trying to harmonize the discord, her voice weaving through the chamber in a silent song of unity. After what felt like an eternity, the council reached a decision. The knowledge of the first harmony would be shared, but with strict safeguards to prevent its misuse. It was a victory, albeit a cautious one, and as the decision was broadcast across galaxies, Jack and Lyra felt the weight of their responsibility more than ever. Back on Seraphine, they established the First Harmony Initiative, a program dedicated to studying the ancient signal and its effects on the universe. Researchers from across the stars joined them, drawn by the promise of uncovering the oldest secrets of existence. Each day brought new challenges and discoveries, the facility buzzing with activity as they mapped the echoes of the ancient cosmos. Yet, amidst the flurry of scientific endeavor, Jack and Lyra often found themselves at the edge of the grove, looking out into the starlit expanse, reminded of the simple melody that started it all. Their love, tempered in the fires of cosmic trials, had become a beacon for others seeking to bridge different worlds. Together, they had not only explored the mysteries of the stars, but also found a deeper understanding of each other, proving that even across the vast cold of space, unity could thrive. And as they stood hand in hand, watching the universe unfold its endless mysteries, they knew that their adventure was far from over. The cosmos had many more stories to tell, and they were eager to listen. In the sprawling, luminous corridors of the First Harmony Initiative, the atmosphere was electric with anticipation. Researchers from varied species and backgrounds worked tirelessly, their efforts unified by the symphony of the ancient signal. The initiative had become a microcosm of the universe's diversity, each member contributing unique insights into the profound mysteries they were unraveling. Jack and Lyra, at the heart of this bustling hive of activity, continued their joint explorations, their relationship a cornerstone of the collaborative effort. They had become symbols of possibility, embodying the union of different worlds and the potential for peaceful coexistence through mutual understanding and respect. As the research deepened, it became apparent that the First Harmony was more than just a cosmic relic. It was a functional blueprint, a key to perhaps manipulating the very structure of reality. This revelation brought with it a new set of ethical questions and the need for careful stewardship. The power to alter the fabric of the universe was not something to be taken lightly. The celestial wardens, once overseers and restrictors, had shifted their role to that of partners in safeguarding the knowledge. Their presence was less about enforcement and more about guidance, aiding in the establishment of protocols to ensure that the use of the First Harmony was beneficial and not destructive. Amid this groundbreaking work, a celebration was planned to mark the one-year anniversary of the initiative. The event was to be held in the Great Observatory Hall, under the vast glass dome that looked out onto the universe. Species from across the galaxies gathered, a testament to the unity that the initiative had fostered. Lyra, adorned in the luminescent fabric of her homeworld, stood beside Jack as they addressed the assembly. Her voice, enhanced and modulated by the device they had perfected, carried a message of hope and cooperation. She sang a piece inspired by the First Harmony, her melody intertwining with the underlying frequencies of the universe. The audience was captivated, moved by the beauty and the profound truth of the connection shared across the cosmos. Jack spoke next, his words resonating through the hall. Today, we stand together, not just as scientists or explorers, but as citizens of the universe. What we have achieved here is proof that differences do not have to divide us. They can unite us, teach us, and lead us to greater heights. As the evening progressed, the observatory became a place of exchange and discourse, ideas flowing as freely as the wine. The harmony was palpable, a living embodiment of what they had all worked so hard to achieve. However, as the celebration continued, a sudden alert disrupted the conviviality. A distress signal, urgent and clear, was being broadcast from a nearby star system, one that had not yet been fully explored. The signal was a plea for help, a community facing a catastrophic natural disaster that threatened their existence. The room fell silent, the gravity of the situation dawning on everyone. Jack and Lyra exchanged a glance, a silent agreement passing between them. This was a call they could not ignore. "We have an opportunity," Jack announced, turning back to the assembly. "A chance to do more than just study the universe. We can make a difference, save lives. Let's use what we've learned, the power of the first harmony, to help those in need." The response was immediate and unanimous. The initiative mobilized, combining their technologies and knowledge in a focused effort to assist the endangered system. As they worked together, deploying a fleet of aid ships and utilizing the harmonic technologies to stabilize the star system's environment, Jack and Lyra watched from the command center. Their hearts were heavy with the responsibility, but lifted by the collective effort of so many dedicated beings. In the aftermath, as peace and stability were restored to the saved star system, Jack and Lyra looked out into the cosmos from the observatory. The stars seemed to shine a little brighter, each one a note in the ongoing symphony of the universe. Their journey had started with a song, a melody between two beings from different worlds. It had grown into a chorus, a harmonic convergence that bridged the vast expanse of space. As they stood together, hand in hand, they realized that